Welcome every person. I welcome every person, people, place, and thing. Salutes, salutations.
Half of one half is left unserved. I'm good with numbers, haven't you heard? I have to contract, I have lost everything. Just like the bucks are dead on the ring. The cross is twisted, the stars doesn't shine. Pressure's threatening, the worry's mine. The king was singing, and now he's dead. John wanted peace at its wine set. Some of my fears, some of my fears. Some of my fears, some of my fears. Last year the winter was before the fall. There was no summer, could they kill them all? Thought I could hide my eyes from the sun. And then rain came to shoot like a gun. The wine in my cup does not taste like wine. You should drink water, this cancer is mine. Just a witness, one hand on my heart. For the guilty, the body can't stop. Some of my fears, some of my fears. Some of my fears, some of my fears.
All right, I want to welcome again, salutations. It's definitely an honor and a pleasure to be able to bring into our universe this great enlightenment that I have to share with us all. And I do wish you all can grab something from where we're going to carry ourselves at this point.
Let's get come on, baby. Come on, baby.
This is pretty much what we're going to do. We're going to be cooking. Not the type of food that you know of. Maybe plucked from the garden or slain from the field. But we will be spirit cooking. How many about wave of sigils ever spirit cooked before? Not like in the kitchen. That's the physical. That's the micro. So if that's the below, what is the above concept? The macro. How do you cook? Nate, great. You answer it. I'm gonna leave us in limber. For I know by the end of this here sharing of intel that we're gonna do, you're gonna pretty much figure this out on your own. And as you see, the title is Basic Concept of Karma. Huh? So we are cooking souls, whether it's your soul or someone else's soul. All right, here I come, y'all. Here I come. Here we go, y'all. We're going to go into the higher concepts of what thy truly are. Each day, keep in remembrance, each day, you're supposed to gravitate to a higher form of intelligence of all that you are. Let me repeat it again. Each day, you are to evolve into a higher intelligence. Each day, you are to evolve into a higher intelligence, people. Listen, that's different than getting smarter, being better, evolving, making life greater. It's almost something like evolving, but intelligence. Do you know what what entails for you to become more enlightened, not affected by anything around you or anyone else? You're a fungus of your own. You're a disease of your own. So what do you care about if I pick a annihilator up off the ground and eat it? I need zinc. I need copper. I need gold. I need those elements. But here comes this monkey and talk about, no, stop. Put that down. You ain't. I seen it. Listen, I didn't see the individual get a straight beat down for picking up something off the ground and eating it. That's insanity. I look back, I said, wow. It seems that we come to the universe, to the world, very bright and intelligent and smart. But by the age of 7, I'm very stupid and dumb. And then you talk about 12th grade. Here go your certificate, sir. out of here. Of what? A certified nut? What does that certificate indicate? What does a certificate indicates me to be, people? Talk like a certified insane individual of corporation to keep that perpetuating and and uh, some type of order or indoctrinating? No, I don't want that. I don't need that. I'm sorry. If that's what you want in existence, I will even help you and by all means guide you to those avenues and ways. This is what supremacy is all about. Hopefully you can evolve and grow your intel. Now the stream is titled Basic Concepts of Information. Jack? And as part one, so I'm pretty much going to actually say we keep it in the arena of what the title is, basic. So whoever sees this, you do what thy will with it. There will be other parts. Naturally, you see part one, so there has to be a two. And you know me, I'm going to have to present your three. And there can be possible more. But what we want to do here is get some idea of this karma that we've been listening to, talked about, heard others say or make mention of. And maybe you have developed some idea of what karma means to you, which is good. I'm at this point, I'm going to hope you have. At least you can sit in this room. Check. We can all sit together and dialogue. Because what? You gave it some consideration. And therefore, if you gave it consideration, then you must have some inclination of what we're dealing with. Now, is my idea of karma supposed to stay the same throughout the entire existence in my physical realm? No, it isn't. At least not for the supreme ones. It's not for the cosmic deities, not for the one who come here, who has. It's not for the one who comes here and has the understanding that they are to grow, progress, and move on, and continue creation in greater things in and throughout all planes and dimensions. Jack? So, in light of keeping it basic, let us introduce what we have here thus far. And you're supposed to take this, dissect it, digest it, and then ultimately manifest it in the manner of which best suits you. Okay? We will weigh in from time to time on some of the ideas that we're sharing. Of course, it's only the right thing to do. How else can we stretch our imagination and begin to reach for greater concepts if we just sit there like they do in a church? And this one particular individual gets to set the tone and the standard throughout the entire day. It used to be for 7 days. It was that powerful and very effective, but not today. I done seen a nigga leave church and come right out and get in Satan's car, pretty much. Check. So we all know what it's hitting for. You need to line yourself with your star player. And who's your star player? Raise your hand if you don't know. You don't know who your star player is, raise your hand. The one who has the hand raised, that's the star player. Clear? Are we clear? If your hand is raised, then you are the star player. Listen to me. We have all heard the expression good karma, right? Let me see. That's too heavy. That's very heavy. So we all have heard the expression that good karma, but what does it really mean? Huh? Expressed very simply, the Eastern concept of karma is based on the principle of cause and effect. Now we said we're gonna weigh in on this, right? We're gonna travel together, gonna make your day a little prosperous and fruitful. Because as you know, where have you heard that of cause and effect at before? My intelligent ones, all my intelligent ones, right? Immediately, this is supposed to come to mind when we hear cause and effect. Check. As described, it will be 11. Causation. Every cause has its effect. In case I forgot or that I'm dumb, every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Not some of the things, not a couple of the things, not a few things. Perhaps some things I might get away with, and some things I know I'm going to be punished for. No, 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 people. I'm sorry. I'm telling you what I'm living. I'm telling you how I mastered the plane of Earth and the third dimension and became so great. Who is without validity stand to make claim. I'm sovereign unto thyself. Can't nothing, it can't be broken. That can't be touched. Now I could decide to shut it down and go ahead and say, well, I would like to be a human being, or I would like to be a Christian, or I like to come down to earth and let me be a Muslim. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah barakatuh. All that old good stuff. That's really groovy. Trust me. I've seen there, been there, done that. I done been places that's more powerful than that energy grid of the so-called Mecca cobbler. Yeah. But we ain't gonna get that deep. That's not supposed to be exposed here. You won't be writing an autobiography off of me without my permission. Like they did Malcolm. And see, Malcolm could have been sharp too, man. I'd have had, if I was Malcolm, and sometimes I think I'm a reincarnation of him, but I doubt that. But I know I met him. We had to cross paths. It may not have been as Malcolm, but the point is, Boy, he's supposed to make that thing real sweet back then, like something. But it is what it is, and it took place what took place. And best believe it was all karmatic. Everything that you do, every time you incarnate into your avatar, okay, whether it's one you have made up right now or one that you will develop in probably tonight when you lay down and go to sleep, so-called sleep. All right, some of you go to sleep. It's okay. I got your back when you sleep. You know I do. But you know me, I can't sleep. I don't sleep. Have you ever read the Quran? It was talking about you. Where God neither sleeps nor slumber, he don't eat. He don't shit. He don't get no coochie. He Now if it was a she don't get no phallus. Let's be respectful. If the guy could have been a she, right? Don't always talk about what you think. Ask her. What'd you say? She said that y'all gonna figure it out. She also says that y'all thought that I was Buddha. No, she's just sitting here looking dressed up like Buddha. See, because your first appearance, you went on what you saw, and that's what you fell for. And you didn't even check the flavor. Oh my goodness. And this is why I bring you this enlightenment, people, to shake you up out of those conditions. The only thing that could shake us and jar us out of a wrench condition, and our Christian brothers sing the song that we are, check. Amen. Right? My soul, Lord, I'm in a wrench, I'm sliding this, that, thing, and other. Well, the only thing that's going to shake me up is out of that is what? The truth. Thank you. You need the real truth. And the truth is you. You need to get into the science and the development, the essence, the minerals, the fabric of you. Did you know your skin is the largest organ about your piece of meat suit? And you worrying about your kidneys. She don't want to smoke cigarettes because she don't want lung cancer. But we put in all types of crazy lotion and sunscreen block and shit all over our whole body. It's okay. It's okay. I'm being jarred. That's all. Forgive me. Don't worry about me. Y'all maintain on your plane. When that truth, that shit hits me like Muhammad Ali was hitting in the ring. When I see the truth. Bam! Oh, God. And don't smoke. That's why I don't box no more. I couldn't smoke and box. It felt like my brain was bobbling around. So when the truth hit him up, like, what? Let me think about that for a minute. Wow. Everything happens according to law, people. Chance is but a name of a nigga who is confused and don't understand their existence. There are many planes of causations. But on every plane, whether you graduate from this one or be maybe reverted to a lower realm, who knows for some of you. You can't escape that law of that paradigm. Those are the laws of physics. Check. So, we know we're getting into the idea Basic concepts of karma, all right? I know it went a little deep already, but bear with me. That's why I made it part 1. All right? You're going to love 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Trust me. Get your recording tapes out. Get your grapes. Get you some wine. Go make sure you check the dispensary, okay? Check your herbalist. What have you, people. Get your delight. That what you indulge in that's gonna take you. Maybe you might want to light some candles, okay? Dim the lights a little bit. Check. Put your symbols up behind you, your emblems. Some of you might want a naked picture in front of you. I mean, like, whatever told your boat, people. Don't let what someone else is doing in existence dictate your sale. Else you will never win the race. That's how I knew how to win races and do things when I was doing what I'm doing. I said, let me bring out the best quality that I have to offer. If I don't have it in me, then I can't race. I can't compete. I'm not competitive in that. So I stayed in my lane. You see how it works? This is the whole concept of what? Jack of all trades, master of none. How many of you ever heard that before? You'd be the jack of all trades, but you master none. You know why? Because you're going to be able to do everything. You see how it all goes. But only one who can do it only one who has done it repetitiously at periods and points of time can be the master of that skill. But if you're doing something every 30 to 90 or the, 100 for something days, then yeah, you're not going to be as efficient as the one who does it 30 hours a week, 3 days. Pardon my mathematics, but you know where we live at. No, let me stop. I just do that because our society beat us down with this on television and all this social media stuff. It kills me. So, and people know what I'm talking about. But anyway, chat, you cannot master nothing unless it is done repetitiously for points of period of time. What is the mother of perfection? Thank you. Practice. That's why you say practice makes perfect, ain't it? So obviously, mommy, the one who's going to develop the perfection got to be practicing. You know what I'm talking about? This is why Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan. He came to Earth to bring down backboards. And he practiced even when he got here from day one. Hey, don't. How you going to defeat something like that? But then if you understand the concept and you know how to cross a nigga over and lay up with both hands and develop that skill of laying him up or her with both hands, then so be it. But guess what? Then you went and played tennis. Then you took off from tennis for another 2 years. You ain't been back out on the court, although you know how to lay somebody up. You understand that? You see? So I think you get the picture. Practice makes perfect, people. And perfection is that what brings one into supremacy. So moving on and reading on. Express very simply, the Eastern concept of karma is based on the principle of cause and effect. The idea that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. All of us recognize the principle in the physical, everyday world. Everybody do. And let me stop right there for a minute because I want to bring this to light and show you how we all recognize on even everything we do in element, even throughout our everyday dealings, have this principle of recognizing principles. Let's take for instance, I was watching a fight over in another country, perhaps maybe Africa, somewhere large. I'm not too sure. dirt bearing street, and not too many people had on shoes. So those are rough people. There's little pebbles and rocks all in throughout the terrain in which they're walking on, that type of area. And they were large. But what happened, they have adopted the behavior. I don't know who done it first, whether it was America or Africa or flipped, or I'm not too quite sure yet who was the first monkeys to start acting like that, fighting in such a large mass of degree. Okay. So they will come together and they were just fighting. It's a little different than America. You know, in America they got the cars sitting around you on the tar the street, bicycles, and but they throwing rocks and glass. But what I noticed was they they fought in age and height bracket. In other words, didn't no woman run up and smack on a little girl. Now I seen a man smacking on a girl, and then largely I guess this is what the fight was probably about. I'm not too quite sure. I didn't really get into it like that. I was looking at it in a light in which I can bring something to the degree about the ugliness of what I'm watching. See, I don't know. Teachers understand what I'm saying on that part there. So, however, the children were fighting the children. Now everybody's running around. It's not like they got instructors. Yo, y'all go over there and y'all fight that gang. And yo, come on, old heads. Y'all fight the old heads. No, it wasn't like that. They actually, out of throughout all of the chaos and movement, were able to single out and pick who it was that's supposed to be smacked up. That's all they pretty much was doing, smacking each other up. Bah, bah, bah. Then and then you'll see a bunch of little girls come together and they start slapping each other up. And then the men, the fathers, I imagine, come over and break that little situation up. And then so we're talking about we recognizing principles in the physical in every world, huh? Everyday world. And most of us also acknowledge that our own personal actions and decisions will have specific consequences. Did you hear what it said? It says that most of us, I I don't know the way people. It does state acknowledge that our own personal actions and decisions will have specific consequences. So if this is true, then I'm going to have to imagine that stop getting out here talking about what's wrong with these people gun shooting each other. Don't you know they understand? What did it just say? It don't just say some people. Or we're gonna have to disagree with this science, y'all. Throw it in the trash. Another book bites the dust. You see? No, we don't do that with books. I've been dealing with this since I came to Earth. Books. I understand psychology. I am a psychic. I why else will I demonstrate that of a witch doctor? Talk like to me. Or go stand in the corner. You know what it is. I will put you on timeout. No, not in the chat. Or because my teachers, one of mine, like always said, don't never kick nobody out. You so valuable to them that even their ugliness will start to love something about you. I don't give a fuck if it's the symbol on the hat. They may think that's a weed symbol. And he somebody might think that's the pyramid. I don't know. But it depends on your psyche. And I'm the witch doctor, so that entails that I can help you out. Chat? Everybody all right? That's so that I don't have to hear nobody talk about, yo, that's my copywritten shit. How much respect to the person who made these tunes. This is not my music. These are not my tunes. In fact, let's give acknowledgement. Let's give it now, because I would like you to download this and go ahead and play it for yourself. I like to listen to it when I'm, of course, sharing energy and time with you, but when I'm also with myself and I'm doing a lot of things on social media all at the same time on my phone and dealing with the family. It helps keep that type of soothing down, because you know how the kids gonna run up on you and the wife gonna need you to run to the supermarket and put this on. It's very soothing. Summer Night Jazz. Check it out. I'll be right back. You might want to make a baby off this joint. Or get some energy. Get some recharging up. What is it? Recharging up our energy. Oh, okay, Lady Shea Butter. Oh, my apologies. I didn't have the chat on. Something told me come and check the chat. I'm both streaming Facebook and YouTube. People, if things seem a little confusing of what I'm saying and doing, and I'm not really used to this type of situation. I just want to teach, not so much teach. Talk, talk, talk is important. We need to hear people talk. That was a thing of ancient times where you actually could go in different places and depending on the generation of the individual, you sit and just hear them talk. We didn't write books. Wasn't nothing written in books, people. You had to come together and share the energy as well as whatever grapes and have you and so forth. Everything under the light there. Yeah, so Lady Shaper, I want to send positive energies and salutes out to you. I see you there in the chat. Definitely appreciate your energy, Lady Shea Butter. It ain't necessary of her having to be here. It's real talk. Right. So I'm gonna move on with this reading because I want to get up out of here. And I didn't even get to the main electrifying aspect of what I wanted to share. And it's typical because we be running our mouth about other stuff, and that's how I get sometimes. So I'm gonna move real fast with this reading. Don't forget what we do with this information, people. Is that all that came to the chat? Let me just check the chat one quick second. Right. Okay, Lady Shea Butter, you're the only one show through, and I appreciate your energy and coming through. Again, like I said, much love and respect to you and yours and everything that you do. You know, you got my support, and I see you in other podcasts and chat rooms too. So keep up doing what you're doing, and it's only recognized that in time you're going to be greater, right? Like, look at me. I'm living proof. I can sit around and start to explain and tell us that. I don't have to, I ain't never been called a nut ass old head. And I'm from Philadelphia. Okay? Because I've been around old heads that's supposed to show you how to be rulers. And now that we're changing in our paradigms, okay, then everything has to learn to come in harmony. We got some beings is not consistent with the idea of it's a man's world. I can resonate with that. I never agreed with that either. Trust me. And I heard that all my life. I liked it because every woman around me was compliant to the idea. I found them to be very submissive, especially to these European friends of mine. So that's why I swung with them, okay? Because I see the psyche in which how y'all just. So what we're doing on Earth now is changing with this paradigm in which we're going to be functioning. Lady Shea Butter, thank you for the shout outs to Philly. Yup, it's no, I'm doing it's like others. We're doing a fine job and just not so much holding and representing up of anything of the past of Philadelphia, but really about what it's about in Philadelphia. And I thank you for bringing up that so I could share this because Philadelphia get a bad rap, especially when it comes to enlighteners. Okay, we've been caught and selling out and so forth. Hopefully I'm like the beginning of the generation, and I know I am. I don't have to say hopefully, but there's others that's coming after me to bring up and follow up, bringing the right concept. There's individual such as Raz Ben, where he's actually out here now written books showing how the energy grids in different air pockets in Pennsylvania. Okay, for instance, we got the amusement park titled the Humming Rocks. Okay, so what we're doing now is bringing out all the power and the real enlightenment of why these founding fathers was to come set up over here and then trick us all up in the schooling system, telling you some more or telling me, okay, because I'm the one that checked them, got kicked out of school and all that for checking their ass about that dumbass Eurocentric ideology. That's what it is. And it didn't never suit well with me. Okay, so let me get back though. We want to get back to here because I'm gonna do a stream on that. I also want to do a stream to people. I was thinking, what was it on sexuality? We're gonna have to cover that too. We definitely gonna have to get into that. If you are an individual that's been and wishing to maintain your sovereignty, these are the things that we have to do. Stay connected with the superior knowledge. Much like if a person was a Mason, they'd go to a temple. Or let's say a Muslim, they go to the mosque, or the Jews. We have to stay plugged and connected in certain kinds of ways. All right. And so having said that, I'm gonna read on with this idea of basic concept of karma. Peace, love, and light to every person, place, and thing. Now, let's go back over. All of us recognize the principle in the physical everyday world. And most of us also acknowledge that our own personal actions and decisions will have specific consequences. That we do now will have a spin-off effect further down the line. However, the universal law of karma extends beyond the physical world into the mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life as well. The concept of karma applies not only to physical actions, but to every conscious thought and action that arises in our everyday lives. Oh, wow, that's no wonder they don't like to be in their own mind. No wonder we need TV on, this on, and somebody this, that thing, and the other, and something always I gotta occupy my mind too. But like I said, I'm not gonna weigh in too much more into this because I want to get this information out. That's my main purpose. And again, please, people, you dissect this, digest it, and and what we do is we manifest it into its best suits us possible at this time. It's not going to remain the same tomorrow. I could reread the same book. Okay? And I got about different levels of this information. Like I said, this is the basic. And if you look at it, it's kind of like kindergarten, look like a kindergarten book, right? But it's really not. I thought it was when I first bought it. I think I got this out of Barnes and Noble. It said, creating good karma. Release your karma burdens and change your life. And at that time, I was filled with a lot of things going on. I had this book for about 10 years or so. So I said, damn, let me get that. And I'm here to share it with us. So let's carry on. So, however, the universal law of karma extends beyond. Okay, we said that. The concept of karma applies. We said that. According to the karmatic philosophy of life, check. Positive thoughts and actions produce a positive outcome and create good karma. Negative thoughts and actions result in negative outcomes and create bad karma. Let's stop. I got to weigh in. We're going to weigh on this because we got to bring up higher enlightenment to this. See, because we already knew all this. And I still hear people talk about, oh, Nate, read this, that thing, and over, and my life is still being negative, and I just think good thoughts all day, and I went down the street and got into a car accident. That's why I made it part 1. And we're probably going to have many parts. So, let's read again. Next, according to the karmatic philosophy of life, positive thoughts. What time I'm working with? I got enough time. A couple more minutes. I gotta go pick up this and my lady. I gotta go pick up the lady. So negative thoughts and action result in negative outcomes and create bad karma. And it states that positive thoughts and action produce good karma. Here it is. We hear a lot of people speaking that positivity. Oh, we're supposed to be positive. We're supposed to be gravitating to greater heights. We're supposed to be, let's go to the Christian mindset, gravitating our way from hell and getting ready and preparing our souls for heaven. All these religious and philosophies, theories, and schools of thought have this idea of gravitational elevation. Check. No matter what field you in or degree. I don't care if you're a conscious community thinker or I'm gonna get an atheist a pass, but I'm gonna get there because you have to understand if a person recognizes that their existence is for nothing but the totality of being negative, then you got to let me, by all means, play this role out, my friend. See, You may not understand why I came to Earth, but I do. So when you see on the news somebody do such a horrific thing that you find unmanageable, you better chalk it up as they don't. Why you think I'm gonna feel sorry, people? And this nigga ain't gonna feel sorry for his own self sitting on death row because they out there shooting each other up. Come on, y'all. I'm you trying to either get me caught up emotionally out of in some dumb shit. That's how I'm gonna take it. Don't do that to me. Don't bring me no news out there talking about, oh y'all, let's go do this, that thing, or other for the people who killing in it. Y'all don't understand the game, do you? They don't understand the game. Don't get me wrong. We're to never had that I don't give a fuck attitude. But you're supposed to have that I'm clear as to what is happening out here attitude. How about that part? How about that part? I ain't know that nigga in the last lifetime didn't turn around and shoot that nigga in the store. 15, how are they doing it yet? What are they, 14 and 15 years, people? Right? How do we know 20 years ago he didn't do the same goddamn thing to him? And I was here. I probably heard about it. I probably could pull it up on a news clipping and show you, like, you know what? Look at this, y'all. Look at this killing right here back in 1962. These two people shot and killed each other, but look, they were living right around the corner from each other. Now look at this day and time of this situation, people. I'm just so I don't know. Maybe my mind is just too. I don't know what's going on. It's just things I can see. This is why I'm here free of charging. I'm charged up. I came charged. What I look like telling somebody cash at me. Unless it was my hustle. Don't get me wrong. All these books, I brought them. And I will continue to buy them. All these people who do podcasts and video, I will support and continue. Just like I was to walk down the street and buy a newspaper when I was a young boy. I didn't mind giving them $1. So why do I mind giving them a dollar now on because you're making a podcast? As long as it's something that's going to have a person thinking for themselves and bringing enlightenment and intelligence. Now, let's get back to this karma, positive and negative, because what you say? She said it ain't no fucking such thing. Positive and negative. Let me move real quick to the Buddhists. We're going to get back to the introduction because a lot of people thought this was Buddha. And so since she's dressed like Buddha, let me read something of the Buddhism. There are two main schools of Buddhism, known as Mahayana and Hayana or Theravada. Never mind those words. These are people. Buddhism is found in northern India, Nepal, Japan, Tibet. Okay? Whereas these individuals, Buddhists, is more common in Southeast Asia and is found in such countries as Thailand. Okay. The two branches of Buddhism have a slightly different perspective on spiritual rebirth and spiritual liberation. Now, I'm jumping ahead of myself because in the later parts, we're going to get into these different ideologies and philosophies again. Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism. It's in this little book. But Buddhism tending to downplay the significance of mystical and visionary experiences, preferring instead to focus more on the practical and the ethical aspects. Okay, so karma is a universal law from which there is no escape. Each human being inherits the karma of the past lives and creates further karma during the present lifetime. Let's stop right there because that's the part where we at. Forgive me for bringing. Now I don't want to name no names, but we all know situations and scenarios that have taken place. Somebody have done something to someone out here in the universe, and see that's another thing, people. Stop talking. You can't say stop talking. I'm sorry. Watch the words we use when we talk, because it's power. It's energy. And we have a way to bring about existence, even to our unbeknowing in future time. Because our words vibrate, therefore, it cannot escape nothing. That's what it says. So everything that I say has to be set out and set forth into somewhere in the etheric realm or sea of our universe. You see? What if I said, oh, I hate myself for this, that, thing, other? I got to cover it up. I got to check that. I got to say, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I love you for, let's say, I don't know, I'm keeping it simple. I drop a, I'm making a salad or something in a glass jar, bowl, and you went to serve it and fell on the floor, right? And nobody, well, I mean, some people eat the salad off the floor. That's all good. But depending on what you got around and who's been stepping in, what this, that, thing, and the other, you're not going to want to eat the salad off the floor. So now you might say, God done, I'm mad at myself. I done spoiled the date with my girlfriend or my boyfriend. I done dropped the salad and this, that, thing, and the other. And we had to have, find an alternative meal. You have to correct that. You see, because it's going to build up that set forth of other things that's going to be like, oh, I hate myself. I hate this. I hate. So when you fix it immediately, when you have a negative thought, when you send out a negative airwave, you have to remember to correct it. Your mother's, your husband's wife call. You, oh, I hate that woman when she always calling when. You got to fix this. Don't wish for her to have a car accident. We can't do things like this. So you driving down the road and somebody come and cut me off and you say, oh, that motherfucker, I hope they have it. Why they driving so fast like that? I hope they crash down the road. And some people literally be waiting to get down the road and see if they crashed because they knew in their mind, oh, they going to crash driving like that. And guess what? No more than 3 days later, you end up either being crashed into or crash. And then you're wondering how it happened. I mean, I went a little too far. I didn't intend to get deep with it like this. Again, this is part one. But I haven't learned yet to really synchronize this juice that I have to offer and give out yet in its proper dosages. So that may be one of the issues is going to be going on with me. So I guess it's all good. But I'm going to keep in mind, let's get back to where we was. Because it's always going to make sense. Facts. I could talk about going to Camp Lejeune right now. Guess what we're going to talk about? Something that's going to make sense. Why Camp Lejeune? Didn't you hear? You have not heard what happened in Camp Lejeune? And you might want to pause from karma for a minute. Because we have on our diamond suit, and I may have been going too deep, and you need to may have been go ahead and go back up to the top. That's how it goes, right? It's like me. I remember when I first started riding motorcycles, which was a long time ago. Oh, I see the chat moving. Let me read the chat. Look, I was first riding, and I started off on something small, like a 150, 275 or something, but I couldn't keep up with the competition with the people I wanted to keep up with. So I found myself having to keep upgrading on my motorcycle. Lady Shea Butter states that the only thing is the direction changes of where it lands to exchange its energy, transformation. Beautiful. All energy is the formation or information. Facts. This is why it is imperative that we be careful of what we're learning, what we're entailing, what we're taking in. It's just as Lady Shea Butter states in the chat. All energy is formation. Okay. And this is what aligns and causes you to bring out what you call character. and your vibration. And she goes on to say, forward hence, the circle. The circle all goes out, comes back in, much like a boomerang effect. How many people seen a boomerang? Well, this is our significance. This is our symbology of that, what we do. At least they would make an attempt to describe it on a more of a mundane level for the monkeys, the dumb people. See, this is why we can't take religion out of all religions out of play. Because if we do, there's some people not going to just not be able to get it together at all. Why you think God put every religion here if there was a God? Right? Let's say we lead to that concept. He built this world and he put the churches on that corner and the liquor store on that one and the guns over here. And, like everybody think. And he said, all right, let me see what y'all going to do. Oh, you moving too fast. Stop that. Like we used to do when you was a kid. I used to play with my toys like that. So I guess there's a God doing that. Let's take that ideology for real. We have to consider, the fact that what we're doing has to have some significance and meaning. So I thank you for that comment, Lady Shea Butter. And I'm going to close out with the idea until we come back. All right? Buddhism. Right. So with the idea of Buddhism. So each human being inherits their karma of the past lives and create further karmatic during the present life. All of which affects future rebirths. Believe it is possible. And you know how I advocate on my airwave or my expressions when I talk. Let me put it like that. Our airwave, because this is our airwave. Okay. To say my air is the ether, the sea we in. So we want to take out the belief factor. Because I don't believe in anything. I don't. If I do have to use the word believe, then I have to think of something where it will be most suitable and fitted, such as I can't even say I believe in myself, but if I want to make somebody comfortable, you can say that. Believe in yourself, because after belief in self comes all knowing, not only just in self, everything around you and what you're dwelling in. Elijah Muhammad said it best. He said, you know yourself, you know everything and everybody. And that's facts. I've been contemplating that over 50 years. So it is possible to break free from the patterns caused by karma. Oh, we're going to stop there, y'all, because that's part 2. Let's finish that because that's the Buddhist doctrine. That's what they say and that's what they think, right? It's past to break those patterns, right? But this can only come about by personal good works, thoughts, and actions. Prayer, sacrifice, and ritual offerings are not enough. Ritual offerings are not enough. In other words, going to church, I think the Italians used to do it best. And then you had the drug dealers, they did it next. They would be on the block giving out socks or something, or maybe paying the light bills for the old people on the block who couldn't afford to pay their light bill. Having light, putting on everybody's property on, little thing. No, that's not enough. Let me see what Shea Butter's saying. I seen the chat moving. Okay, Lady Shea Butter, much respect. So I'm gonna finish this last idea up about Buddhism when it deals with karma, and we're gonna come back for part 2. So y'all gonna have to catch me on the run. All right. Hopefully, we will be signified. Lady Shea Butter, check. So it states in closing that among certain Buddhists, well, it says that the Mahayana Buddhists, The only exception to this pattern of belief is found in the so-called Pure Land school of Buddhism in Japan and China. So you see why we got the way on the internet? No, that's not true. Remember, y'all, this book is written by Neville Drury. And to keep it respectful, these people write these things on the level of what they have learned. Whether some do it with malice and evil intent, I'm not going to say no. But for the most part, people who wish people well and want to do good, they only got a certain level of consciousness. Like, I'll break down this book right here. In this book, this supposed to be a book worshipped by the Grand Masons and all that. Where no, man, you can't say no more that we don't understand certain things no more. It says in here that these initiates, the three initiates, didn't understand certain things in time. Well, guess what? It's 2023. We reincarnating now. Can I sit down and smoke something with y'all, drink something, and we maybe have a reconsideration of what we bring to the table? Don't every book or menu, even at a restaurant, says that every prices are subject to change? Even the Bible says that it'll be due for revision and revisement. Even a Ford Mustang 2023, you cannot use a 1970 or 61 Ford Mustang manual if you want to fix your air conditioner. Why? Because they didn't have AC. So I gotta upgrade teachers, scholars, philosophers, sages and gurus out here of America. Yeah, right? So we don't need to be trapped up in four walls to raise a nation. I want to say that. I want people to be clear, those who wish to know. I was told that it's going to be amazing how from a cradle as a baby, am to rock this here cranium. And I carry the mood on out from then on. Never ever really graduating from nothing, but only of having a driver's license because I was doing commercial driving. And I still got it because I still do commercial driving. Had no high school diploma, no college's degree, none of that. Made them kick me out of school because I was too old and too big. So where it says here that among the Mahayana Buddhists, the only exception to this pattern of belief is found in the so-called Pure Land school of Buddhism in Japan and China, in which faith in the admitted Buddhism is more important than engaging in good works in the pursuit of spiritual salvation. Where did they get it from? But then again, we have to understand their point. Using these words, because we all know there's nothing but a plagiarism of every society. So, of course, just like religion, it's the same thing, people. It's just different conceptual words and views. Let's keep it real. You say Allah, you talking about God, Jehovah. Same thing, right? I'm talking about me. Same thing, right? Can none of us prove what God's name is and who's right? This person talking about God's name is I am. Check. I like that one. It's in the Bible. I can't discredit this one. He's gonna stand next to me. I want this guy because I got the Bible. In the Bible, I could take the court. That Bible's already in court before you get there. So you already ahead of the game. When you check, judge says, sir, you'll be sentenced. Everybody in here in the court today is being held and tried on charges that they think that they're God. First step up, number one, Nathaniel Hills. State your claim. How do you feel that I'm your God? First, they're gonna say, put your hand on the He would say, put your hand on the Bible. You say, no. I want to open up the Bible to Genesis, sir. Bailiff, show the judge this. Judge gonna do like this. Y'all know what it is. Case dismissed. Next. Because they didn't want to talk about that. You can't talk about that, Nate. Nate. We're not, Nate. We're not going to go there. If you say because you got to remember, there's a man named, what was his name? Clarence 13X. They called him father of law. He went to court and he told the people that he was God. You know what they did with him? According to the autobiography, the book that I got and read, they locked him. No, they didn't lock him up. They put him in an asylum. Damn. And you know what? I vowed ever since, if you put me in an asylum for saying I'm God, it's going to be the worst mistake you did. Real talk. Just like they put me in their penal system. It was really a mistake. They should have let me stay out here and self-annihilate myself. But for whatever reasons, it is what it is. But if you go to the penal system, I mean, what do you call it? The asylum, you're supposed to turn that asylum into your university. Wait, there's nothing going on in that place but mind games, people. Oh my God. When you come visit your relative, y'all going to start loving coming in here. It's going to be on Facebook, every social media. It's going to be like a big energy grid. They're going to think UFOs is floating over this place. But it's not objects. It's going to be energy. Because I'm going to have them beings in there pulling on air pockets. You see? And you staff, you're very well welcome. Everybody's going to want a job at their asylum. Why? Benefits. Not the benefits pay increase or your 2K plan. See, they thought, oh, shit, I'm going to get a check. That's right, Lady Shay. You're going to be knocking them out. We're going to be, there is no such thing as craziness. And if it is, here's what, and the great ones know it's not. But let's say it is for the sake of arguing and conversating. That's too much, like they said on Malcolm X, that's too much energy that can be harnessed and controlled. And the only way that they're doing it today is through substances. Yes. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Again, this is still part 1. So, again, we're dealing with the basic concept of karma, and I do have to get up out of here. And in closing on this idea, it states that Hinayana Buddhist emphasizes that the world is in a continuing process of flux and change. I want to concur with that. I don't think this is a place where you come, I don't think this is a place where somebody sent me and have affairs and events. And depending on the outcome of my character and behavior in the affairs and events that was set up for me will determine my future livelihood, whether it will be blissful or torment with pain and suffering. I refuse to think like that. I don't recall conveying to that, signing up for that. If I signed up, I want to annul my contract right now so I can start over and get out here on my own. Party over. Stop it. Whoever sent me here, I want my release papers. with the look, I got some team members say that well, who are they? The Ansar laws, the Nuwabians, right? They say you niggas was created by aliens in a laboratory up on the ship, and they got their Dalil. Why you think it? Why you think it say in the Bible God said, "Let us create man"? If God created you all by himself, wouldn't he have said, "Excuse me, my niggas, stand back and watch this shit here. I'm going to create a man"? I would have said a woman. I don't know why he said a man, but I would have said a woman. Because that way I would have really fucked everybody up with that woman. But he created a man. But he said, no, it's us. We're going to create the man. You see? So there may be some relativity to this. However, by which way you came here physically, you best better know it was an avatar that you have already preordained, set for it to occur. You see? Don't nothing happen in the physical realm before it happens in the spiritual. I build homes. One of the things that I do. There's never been a time where an individual have not come to me with what we call blueprint and showed me a mental projection of that which they wanted created. Don't come to me talking about, yo, put this here and put that there and put this here and put me there. Although I can do that, but I'm just saying, for the most part, we have to come up with an intangible process before the tangible or physical world is manifested or brought to fruition, people. Everything, everywhere, every place that you're at right now is due from your thought process. And with that, I'm going to close. I have to go. I'm going to leave y'all just as I came, with nothing but positive light, peace, and energy. All right?